everyone, I'm Charlie. Welcome to my channel and my first video. What I'm going to be doing today is discussing the wall building system that I built for Avalon Lords Dawn Rising RTS, and explaining the things that were put in place to try and make the experience for the player as seamless and easy as possible. So what we're going to do, we've got our little worker dude here, our little peasant. He's a level 1, so he'll just build at a regular speed. Let's go to the defenses tab and we'll place a wall. Now immediately you can see that it responds to obstacles and such, and you can draw it around from a starting fixed point. This allows you to create straight wall segments, if you like, or sections of segments, to which you can then upgrade to either towers or stairs, so that you can have troops accessing the top layer of the wall as a defense tactic. And also the towers will be garrisonable, so you can place specifically archers in the towers, obviously, because swordsmen and pikemen aren't going to reach because they can't throw or do anything other than close combat. So we limit that to ranged units only. There are towers that are going to have turret upgrades for a catapult and for a ballista. Those are currently in development and we haven't got those actually implemented yet. But let's show you now what we do. So we wanted a wall system that was easy to implement, not easy to implement for us, but easy for the player to pick up and run with. So we start off with a single segment that is responding to obstacles and unplaceable areas, and you can see that it has two glowing animated orbs with VFX at each end. These will flash when a available wall segment connects and the connection is possible, so they will snap together and you'll see the blink. So what we're going to do, we're going to draw a straight line first, just to start the wall section off. You'll see here that it responds to obstacles as a drawing line, and if I was to place this, it would build all of the faction coloured walls. So that's another thing that to mention as well. So red is obviously the global colour for nope, can't do it, but the bluish colour is actually the faction selected colour and is used to highlight pre-placement states or specific faction features when you're placing them. So let's draw this first wall in, and you'll see that all of those spheres blinked and disappeared. That's because the spheres connected, and on collision trigger they blink and secure the connection to the next segment. So these are all now registered to connect to each other. You'll see here that this little dude is going on. Or is he stuck? Where is he? Ah, he's got himself stuck. So this is something that we're... oh no, he hasn't, he's alright. So he's just building very slowly, I think. There we go. So let's build a few more peasants to give him some help. Now these guys will come out and will automatically start working their way along the available building slots until none are left. So here we go, they're now connecting. So something to note with this wall, so you can see here that it is very much segmented, but I've designed the models in a way where it may look repetitive, but it gives the impression that it is a consistently long single piece wall. So what we can do now is, as they're working their way along, we can think, oh well, actually I'm going to put a tower on this end one, so I'm going to upgrade tower to level 1, sorry, because we've got a standard wall. So bosh, there we go, that's now upgraded, and you can see that the visual effects that we've got in as placeholders just kind of works its way along. Eventually, when everything is updated on the pathfinding, which we're also working on for the top layer, the towers will actually open entrances to wherever they've been connected. This will actually allow you to have your infantry running all the way along the wall and actually through the towers along the next sections of wall. This means that we can actually station infantry using guard mode along the battlements, and they can act as static defences until they're killed. So then what we're going to do is we need access for that, so we're going to build a stairs, and that's also as an upgrade. So let's get our workers out of the way. It's not updated on the model yet, but you can see here that initially it's got stairs going up and there's a little entrance there, and when all the nav gets updated, that will then be accessible for them to pass through. So now we're going to start looking at putting the gates in. So here we're going to place a gate. I've got a little indicator there showing which is forward and which is back, and you've also got a little rally point flag for the units that will exit the towers part of the gate once they're occupied. So what we're going to do, we're going to have the points pointing towards the slope, and I'm just going to point, and you saw it snaps, we link it, and the globes fizz and disappear. And now we build. Slight issues with the VFX on the dust for this one, but we'll just reset the settings on that so it looks the same as the others. Now the difficulty here is that we're still sort of analysing how we can work with the ends of the map, or the edges if you like, on that are facing water or a cliff. One idea I've been working on is where the terrain will actually fix directly under the tower on the level that it's at. So for example, if we were to put a tower here, it would immediately raise the terrain just for the tower so that they can't go round it, but so it's sitting on the ground. So that's for the next stage of development. Let's just bring our little dude in, and we're gonna bring these across here. Now I've just slung that over the end for the moment because we want to try and block it off. The slopes currently are still a bit of an issue and they can somehow sneak through, but we're working on that. But now you can see that the wall now is really starting to take shape. Now the next big thing for this was obviously having it upgrade. Our initial upgrade system would allow chained upgrades to work, but it meant that one piece would upgrade and then the rest would upgrade, which wasn't really suitable. It didn't give the desired result in upgrading. So I went to work on modifying the aspect of the system that this would then use. So now what we can do, let's get these, there you go, you can see they run down there. You dude, come up here. So they're trying to get to that end one, but they can't reach it. So then what I would do here is I would upgrade that to a tower. Although, yeah, and the idea would be that that would seal that area of the terrain. So now we can't upgrade yet because our town hall is at level 1. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to have to build a couple of buildings quick and upgrade the town hall. So here we've got full rotational and free placement on all of our buildings. You can see that they react with obstacles the same as everything else, but the infantry do not block as default. They will be ported to the side with a more sleek version of that coming later. So let's place these in. You can see when you place a building, you've got a perimeter fence, and now the building goes on and everything starts being built. now what we're going to do, let's build in the couple. So we've got an altar which generates resources by communicating with the spirit realm, and all of the fallen heroes and kings and so on. You've got your sawmill, which allows tree harvesting to generate extra resources, and there will be possibly other resource types like, I don't know, rocks or stuff like that we could add in at a later date. But for now, this is the main way of gathering resources. So once that's built, we need a archery range. Let's plonk him over there, and we need the barracks. Let's plonk him there. So now you'll see here that the little icon for Ether rises with the faction colour as it's being provided by the spirits. The housing is obviously for population. This will create archery squads, which we'll visit the squad system in another video. So all we're trying to do now is we're trying to basically light this upgrade icon up. So I'm hoping that this is the last building from my memory of the prerequisites chain for level 2. There it goes, just filling up. There we go. Right, so there we go. So now we're going to upgrade Town Hall level 2. Scale's a bit off on the upgrade, but we're aware of it and dealing with it. So now let's show you the upgrade for the walls. So what we're going to do here is we're going to just pick a normal one, and here we've got build walls level 2 upgrade. So we click that, and hey presto, poof, like magic, the whole wall system, including the gates, the towers, the stairs, everything just upgrades in sync. But that's basically it. It's you can now, once you've got that, you can now connect up level 2 walls and carry on your construction and setting out your boundaries and everything. So the majority of the functional aspect was all written in small classes that could be reused in a list or an array, and then they could be recycled and reused again and again, so that you save on performance over time. The full objective of the wall system is to have the gates as proximity triggered access. Unfriendly units cannot trigger the opening of the gate, and they would be forced to attack it. Also, there will be a control for globally locking all of your gates and securing your perimeter basically from attack, allowing you to concentrate on defences, training your army, and keeping your peasants safe as much as possible. So that's the wall system we built and the current state of it, and we are working to improve it bit by bit. I hope you've enjoyed this explanation and in-depth look at one of the first systems I've been building for Avalon Lords. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope to see some of you again in the future videos. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Bye.